What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy, the beautiful black man, the most honorable and beautiful black man, Ibrahim, back with the movie review on why I am disappointed in Jordan Peele's Nope. Before I get into that video, guys, don't forget to like this video or dislike it if you disagree. Don't forget to comment below, guys, and tell me why you guys are impressed or disappointed about Jordan Peele's Nope. Don't forget to cop some King Kamara and Ibrahim t-shirts off my website. The link will be in the description box below. I know I got the throw on today, guys, but it's Friday. And also, this is your last and only warning. This video will contain spoilers. Before I get into the whole review, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can continue to give you guys more content on a regular basis. So without further ado, let's get on the video. So guys, why I am disappointed in Jordan Peele's Nope. Well, to be honest, guys, I mean, it is a good movie, but my biggest gripe with this movie is that it's too long, and Jordan Peele's movies are notoriously known for like being slow burns, which I do not mind, but this movie is much longer than it had to be and does less world building than his previous two movies, such as Get Out and Us. And you can even tell by the trailer that it kind of takes place in the middle of nowhere and doesn't really drive home the middle of nowhere, like the world building in the middle of nowhere that much. It doesn't capitalize on it as much as it could. And on top of that, it leaves a lot of things to be desired in my opinion, and a lot of things unexplained that I feel are very important to the movie. But going back to the first point, the movie being too long, the movie runs at about 2 hours and 11 minutes. And I felt like we could have been like literally half that amount, or at least taking off 45 minutes. There's literally like 45 minutes of just doing nothing and not much that has to do with the actual story. And because of the movie's runtime, even though Jordan Peele's movies are more thrillers than there are horror movies, it actually takes away a lot from the thriller aspect of the movie because of its runtime. And it's like the background, the world building, like, you know, it's dry, it's a little boring. And for a busy guy like myself that loves going to the movies, I'm gonna sit down. I do want to be entertained, at least by like the dialogue, at least more by the suspense, some kind of phenomenon in the movie that like will cause you to be like more immersed inside the movie. And I feel like this movie lacked that in spades compared to Jordan Peele's other films. Now, I still did enjoy the movie, and there is some great payoffs in this movie, I'm not gonna lie. This movie did a great job adapting or modifying the extraterrestrial like aspect. It's very creative. Like, there's many things that Jordan Peele does not only right, but exceeds my expectations, but I feel like that runtime really takes away from the payoff. For example, in Get Out, or even Us, the movie kind of starts off like fast paced, and then it slows a little bit, and then like this steadily raises the temperature. Jordan Peele's Nope is one of those movies that kind of like goes up and down, up and down, up and down a little too much. And like you feel that in the movie. I feel like lack of a surprise factor in the movie compared to Jordan Peele's other movies. And like I wish that if it's gonna take that amount of time, then it will like address all those issues I felt like are lacking in the movie. For example, the beginning of the movie, it shows the sitcom where the monkey starts killing people. And you know, it shows the monkey goes crazy. One is a bunch of adults, he kills like a whole audience of people, like the cast and the audience, like a single chimp does that. Which I know chimps are strong, but it doesn't quite make sense. I mean, it's just a chimp. Throw something at it. Two, it doesn't really explain too well why the chimp was acting out of pocket, even though it says like the talk about the jungle, the balloons. It just doesn't really explain that behavior that much. Like, it doesn't go much into that, and that event has little to do with the rest of the movie, even to the extraterrestrial itself. Now, I don't feel like the movie has to explain where the extraterrestrial came from or anything like that, but they could have done more with that extraterrestrial. Like, it felt like that extraterrestrial was like more self-contained to that farm and that house regarding, you know, the main character, OJ, Kiki Palmer's character, and like their dad at the very beginning. It's not much. Like, it doesn't really affect the world at large. Like, you know, Get Out with like, you know, is covert racism, and Us with those doppelgangers, like it affected more the world at large. This movie did not affect the world at large to a much higher degree. And it seemed a little bit more far-fetched and more bizarre compared to Jordan Peele's other movies, which is saying something. Like, yes, transferring your consciousness to like other people's bodies is a bizarre concept in Get Out. Having doppelgangers live underground in Us is a bizarre concept. Extraterrestrial that like mimics a UFO is a great concept, which I really love. An organic UFO is a great concept, but it doesn't really affect the world at large. It's kind of random. It's very random. It doesn't have as strong of a message as those first two movies. Like I still think it's a great movie. I think Jordan Peele's still 3 for 3, but if you compare it to his other movies, but I don't think it did a good job. There's less of a horror aspect. Like there is genuine moments in Get Out that freak me out. Get Out, for example, made me afraid to date white women for a while, and probably a little bit to this day. Us was creepy. It was creepy. It was genuinely creepy, and the ending was so bizarre and like perfect. It was a perfect ending. That is the void in this movie. The ending in this movie is just very bland, and it lacks a lot of meaning compared to his predecessors. Like basically they kill the alien, the UFO, and that's it. There's no like grand payoff. There's no like grand message besides like catching that alien on film using old school methods, you know, and that's like the whole 2 hours is about catching an extraterrestrial or alien on a camera, and the reason behind that, like I felt it didn't take 2 hours to get that. It could have given us more horror, more, you know, more of a thriller, more tense moments, and the movie had too far in between. Even the climax and the apex of the movie was very interesting, and it did throw some surprise in there, like how the alien UFO was like transforming or whatnot, but it just didn't give us like enough of that. It didn't like really pull the threat of an extraterrestrial. And then like it talks about how that one I forgot the character, the actor's name, the Asian actor, the guy that plays the child actor in this movie. He goes through a bizarre event with the chimp that dies, and then he knows it's extraterrestrial, but it doesn't explain like how those two are correlated so much. And then he just kind of, you know, dies, and then the rest of people die. Then like the one child actor he was with, like, you know, has like a marred face. It doesn't really give much meaning or depth to a lot of the events that happen in the movie. And like even when people disappear, whatnot, it's like, oh, whatever. You live in the middle of nowhere, whatever. It's just like nothing has that much gravity in this movie. But even like some of the characters, the one character that catches like, you know, things on film using like raw, like mechanical cameras to catch film that aren't like they're not as profound or have like as big a meaning as characters in other movies from Jordan Peele. Every character like from Get Out, from like the Asian guy that asked the main character from Get Out, like you feel like being a black person in America is an advantage or disadvantage. Like even those minor characters had a strong purpose. The blind grandfather or blind person that won the auction in Get Out had like a strong purpose. Every character in Us basically had a strong purpose, from the mom, the dad, the sister, especially the younger boy, and even like the other supporting characters had like some kind of like strong message of purpose that while they're in the movie, which was I thought was absent in Nope. I think it's definitely worth the watch. Definitely interesting. Like Jordan Peele did take a very interesting approach to extraterrestrials, but I feel like he dropped the ball by making it too long and not tying things together as well as he did in other movies. That's basically it, guys. I mean, I'm glad I watched it, but like if out of Jordan Peele's 3 movies that he made, I wouldn't want to watch Nope again, because one, it's too long, it's a very slow burn, and you really feel that slow grind and the slow ups and downs. And the payoff at the very end after that 2 hours is not quite enough. So guys, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment below, guys, tell me what you guys thought about Jordan Peele's Nope. Don't forget to cop some King Kamara Brimezus /Ibrahim shirts off my websites. The link will be in the description box below. And most importantly, guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can continue to give you guys more content on a regular basis. It's your boy, the most honorable Ibrahim. I'll see you guys next time.